So you did it. You got the financing, you signed the lease on the perfect spot, and you are ready to go. The dream, to be up and running in just 14 days. But what happens when one single decision turns that 2-week sprint into a 4-month marathon of lost profits? Let's dig into how you can avoid that really costly mistake.
See, this is you. You're the executor. You've blown past the what-if stage that traps so many people. The money's there, you've locked down that high-traffic location, and you are all in. You've already done the hard part, the part that stops most dreams in their tracks.
But just as you're hitting your stride, a new opponent enters the ring. And it's not what you think, it's the clock. And every single tick is a dollar you could be earning, just vanishing into thin air before you've even made your first sale.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about being patient. This is a full-on battle, your dream versus the clock. Every single day your business isn't open and operating, you're not just waiting around, you are actively losing money.
Think about it like this. Your primary tool, in this case, let's say it's a food cart, is everything. Without it, that prime location is just an expensive piece of sidewalk. Your financing is just bleeding out to pay for things like rent and insurance with zero income. Speed to market isn't a nice to have, it's your financial lifeline.
And this brings us to a huge make-or-break decision. Do you go for the option that seems cheaper up front and just wait? Or do you pay a little more for speed? Let's actually run the numbers on the real cost of waiting, and you'll see how a so-called bargain can become the most expensive mistake you'll ever make.
All right, here's the choice laid out for you. Option 1, a cart that's $5,000 cheaper. Sounds pretty good, right? The catch? A 4-month wait time. Ouch. Option 2, a locally stocked cart that can have you up and selling in just 2 weeks. As we're about to see, that initial price tag is a tiny part of the actual story.
So let's do the math. What is the true cost of that 4-month delay? I'm not talking about frustration or stress. I'm talking about cold, hard cash flowing out of your bank account.
For food service operators, delays in opening can cost an average of $7,000. Now that's not per week or per month, that's per day. $7,000 of lost revenue every single day you're stuck waiting. Now take that $7,000 a day and multiply it by the 4-month, the 120-day wait. The result is it's staggering. We are talking about $840,000 in potential lost revenue. All of that just to save $5,000 up front.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? That tiny little bar on the left, that's your initial savings. That massive skyscraper right next to it, yeah, that's your potential loss. When you see it like this, the choice becomes painfully obvious. The most expensive decision is almost always the one that makes you wait.
Okay, so if waiting is the big enemy here, what's the solution? It's something called the turnkey promise. The whole idea is that your equipment shows up ready to work, not ready to be assembled.
Turnkey basically means all the friction, all the hassle is gone. You just turn the key, and it works. No headaches, no confusing instruction manuals, just go time.
Now, the turnkey promise really comes down to 3 core commitments. First, delivery assurance, so you're not the one trying to figure out shipping and customs. Second, pre-installed equipment, which means it is literally ready to cook the moment it arrives. And third, a spare parts guarantee, so one little issue doesn't shut down your entire business.
Here's how that actually plays out. The vendor handles all the messy logistics, the port, the customs, the transport. They install and test every single thing before it even ships to you, so you totally avoid that IKEA effect of self-assembly. And if a part does break, a replacement can be on its way within 24 hours, keeping your downtime to an absolute minimum.
So all of this leads to a really fundamental shift in your mindset. Your primary tool, whatever it is, it's not just a cost, it's an investment in your revenue stream. You have to see it for what it really is.
And this quote just says it all. This is not expenditure. This is a printing machine. The faster you get it up and running, the faster it starts printing money for you. Every single decision should be viewed through that exact lens.
Ultimately, your number one goal is to minimize the time between your initial investment, the day you spend the money, and your first day of revenue, the day you start making it back. The shorter you can make that gap, the higher your chances of success. It's that simple.
So I'll leave you with this one last thought. The next time you make a major purchase for your business, just ask yourself, are you just buying a tool, or are you investing in your most valuable non-renewable asset, which is time?